Hey everybody, and brightest blessings. Lady Leeanna back with you for another episode, another fabulous episode of Wicca for today. And it is great to be back at one with you and talking to you about the subject that I hold so near and dear to my heart as I do spirituality and paganism. And I'm sure a lot of you will agree with me whenever I say that when the world is just crumbling down around you, spirituality is the one thing that will hold you level, balanced, logical, at peace, and bring you rest, Anyway, a long time ago I had started the series to do with highlighting your altar tools. And so far I have gotten through the atomy and I've gotten through the chalice. And I have been just spacing them apart, not taking them show by show and every show being about an altar tool because that could get boring. And so I do it, whenever the mood strikes me. And I've already covered 2 of the 4 main important tools, at least by my standards, the atomy and the chalice. And it leaves 2 more of the main important tools. Not that I won't cover every other tool that there is that goes on an altar or in a circle, at least from my perspectives. Okay, but now, today I want to cover with you the wand. And I happen to have mine here, and it is wrapped in its yellow satin silk enmeshment material in a sachet that I created for it myself. Now, why do I create my own sachets? Because other people wrap their tools in silk, and that is good, and it holds the energy in. But I love to honor my tools to the best of my ability, to let it know that it's as important as I am. It is as much a part of me as my left arm is. I like to put it on a pedestal, each one of my tools. And so I make it its own sachet. Also, the sewing of it will help hold in a lot more of the energy than just a wrap would. Okay? Also, I do it in a silk or satin and not a nylon, because nylon, it does hold energy in better than what cotton does, but silk and satin does a lot better than what nylon does. Silk and satin is the best because it's a material that don't breathe very well. And when it's in an enmeshment, it's even better. Okay, it's a very, very tight-knit material. And I love it. It don't let my energy out, and it don't let other energy in. Now, the reason why it's yellow, when a lot of people wrap it in a standard white satin or silk, well, white is just as good. And it will deflect as much bad energy as what any of these will, and it will also hold in as much of the good energy as one of these will. But white, it's a really good cloth. But I further honor my tools by honoring its position as well. It sits in the east, and therefore, and that's the first lesson of today to do with your wand, it coincides with the color yellow. It is synonymous with yellow, and it sets within the east. The east is synonymous with the color yellow. And think of it as the sun, okay? But I like to put all my tools in a sachet made with my own hands, with intent put into every stitch, letting it know that it's supposed to empower, charge, house, and protect that tool from anything that would try to rise against it, And everything that I do is for honoring it. The color yellow, why? Because it's a place of honor for that tool. It's giving it acknowledgement and saying, I acknowledge you and all that you are, all that you're about. It's in a sachet because I'm putting it on a pedestal, because to me, my tools are as important as I am within that circle. And, silk and satin It doesn't breathe as good as other cloths, and so therefore less energy is going to trickle or fall out. So there are the reasons for the sachet. But the tool itself, my ebony wand is 18 inches. And 18 inches is a perfect size for a wand of a person of a tall height. And it's handcrafted, but not by me. I actually bought it, but I didn't set out to buy this wand. Actually, I bought it for the shelves of my store and was going to sell it to other people that came in. But when I was unpacking it from the box and getting ready to lay it on the shelf, it vibrated so strongly within my hands that I couldn't help it. I mean, it was the strongest tool that has ever caught my attention. And it showed itself so vibrantly that I could not resist. I mean, it was me, and it's been with me since. It's 18 inches long, it's ebony, and it's about 1/8 of an inch on the tip, and it's about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch at the handhold tip. And it has a bit of a spiral around it. It's kind of fashioned to be spiral around it. Anyway, it's really, really nice. But it's a very, very powerful wand, to say the least. As a matter of fact, I held it like this when I thought I felt something, and it was just so strong I thought it was going to leap out of my hand, you know. But it didn't, and that told me that it was for me and that it wasn't just reacting violently. Thank goodness. And since then, I felt so empowered by it. But you can get your wand by going out and looking under the trees in the forest, letting the spirits of the forest talk to you and guide you to a branch that may just be yours. And then take it home. Don't cut one directly from the tree. There are too many people that are damaging the trees as it is. Let it be given. Let it be gifted. And let the spirits guide you to wherever it's laying when you go to find it. Also, you can go to the water by the rivers and get driftwood that's been so sanded already. I mean, it's just, you can find some beautiful stuff out there that's already made. But anyway, your strongest woods that are made for wands are ash, ebony, and oak. Things like that. And some people have had really good luck with many other things. Now this one found its way into my hand, and I didn't let it go because it was so strong. But the strongest ones that you're going to find, unless you meet with an incident like mine, the strongest ones you're going to find is the ones that you find out in nature and make to be your own, yourself. And you can even niche out a little side. Perish the thought. I'm sorry, little one. I'm not going to carve you up. But a little niche in the side, and then set you a little stone into it, or whatever. Mine has life, so I have to treat it like a baby. You know, it knows, and so I've got to clear things up. I am not going to hurt you, baby. I'm not going to hurt you. Anyway, my wand is very, very important to me. Anyway, the wand is the phallic symbol representing the male, just like the athame is. The chalice is female, and I feel, and to me, the altar towel, which rests in the north, and with your mothering symbol on it, is also female, is representative of the goddess. You know, so athame and wand, representative of the god, phallically speaking, and the chalice and the pentagram or cross or triquetra or tricopolis or shield or whatever you have as a symbol belongs on your tile, and is symbolizing, you know, the female also, the goddess. Anyway, everyone within their private circles have a wand anymore. But when you're talking about groups gathering and so forth, generally you have one set of covenant tools that everybody uses together. And the people within authority or people that are representing people within authority within that covenant or group would be the ones that would handle your wand or your athame, any one of your 4 most important altar tools or circle tools. Nonetheless, your wand, it is a tool that sits in the east gateway, is interchangeable with your staff, is synonymous with communication. It is synonymous with making magic, magic in general. It is synonymous with prayer. Okay? It's all about communication, fluidity, moving, with the breeze, going with the flow. Basically your airy type clothes, your umbrella, your witchy hat is synonymous with the east. And basically they are all synonymous with the wand. All of these things are really interchangeable, I guess, with the wand, but people just generally wouldn't. I believe in the oldest days you had your hats and you had staffs or brooms. And your broom is also synonymous with air. Okay? And, there you have it. The flying through air thing. I didn't even think about that. But basically, the wood and the staff of it pointing upward. And you're bringing air from above. Or energy or magic or power. You're bringing it from above through your broom and you're sweeping the floor with it. Brushing into the floor the energy that you would have. Anyway, so that's very, very important for you to know. But your wand, your staff, your broom, your witchy hat, that's all very, very synonymous with your east gateway. Well, I certainly hope that you have enjoyed this episode of Witchcraft Wicca for today, and that you'll tune in again for another show. I hope to keep them coming. I've got a lot of material lined up for you throughout the year ahead, and so definitely lots to talk about. And you guys can always give me some suggestions and advice on things that you would like to hear, I'm more than happy to take that in. And don't be afraid of asking any questions. I know that there are a lot of pagans out there that are very extremely prideful and like to give off this I know scent. No vibe. But we can't know everything. And though we like to, there is always going to be somebody out there that will contribute something to us that really will just make us think, and or it may add to that which we already believe. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed this edition of Wicca for today. And if you didn't, kids, I'm gonna get you. No.